What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Rasco Garage. We got another episode today. We're going to be doing some fabricating. Today we're going to be doing our midsection on the Rasco Garage exhaust for the E36 Coupe. We'll see how far we get in this episode. For sure going to try to get the front section done, so from the collector to the V-band connection. So that's like truly the mid-pipe section, and then from the V-band on, that'll be the muffler or like axle back section. So I'll show you what we got going on here. So we have right here, this is the front part from the collector itself. So it'll actually sit, let's see here, it's going to sit like this in the car. So if we're looking from the the roof down, so to speak, through the car, looking at it that way, this is the orientation of how it's going to sit in the car itself. So the collector is going to come out, it's going to meet up here, and then we have a 45 and then to another 45, and this is going to go back here. So what I've done is I've used my ICE Engine Works kit here. So we got our modeling blocks here. So this is the orientation of how it will sit in the car. So this is pretty much the section that we're making today. So I've replicated this portion here in regular steel. So let's see, moment of truth, how good did we do? So let's see here, is it lined up? Close. Let's see. Get this thing on the money here. Okay, pretty darn close. Alright, so that's the first part. That's all done. So you can see here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to just connect the straight piece back, which these are, if you can see the lines here, these are just 5-inch sections, so I have 7 of them, so we got 35 inches to add on. So we'll grab some stainless straight pipe out of my stock, and we're gonna make a cut. We'll get that one tacked up to this one eventually. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all of these welds completed because I have to back purge this. So I don't want to back purge this whole 35-inch section if I don't have to. So I'm going to do this first because this is going to be several welds to get this one on. So we're going to get this thing welded up first, then we'll make our cut here, and then we'll get that thing welded on. Then we'll do a test fit into the car. We'll get the V-band welded on, and then we're going to have to find where the exhaust hanger is going to land, and then we're going to make an exhaust hanger. And then once we get all that done, we'll kind of see how our we'll see how my time's looking, my allotment of time out here in the garage on the weekends here. I got a couple hours of spare time to work on this stuff, so we'll see how far we get. If we can get to the muffler portion, we'll get the muffler in position, and then we'll get some modeling blocks, and at least maybe we can get that part done. So with that said, let's jump into it. Alright, so we just got the midsection welded and tacked, so we're almost done. Let me show you where we're at thus far. So forgive the loud noise, my welder's still on. So on the left, obviously we have the modeling blocks, and then on the right is our version in stainless steel. So not too bad given the fact that I am replicating these high cuts on my own out of straight tubing. So they're not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. You can see it there. So, I mean, we match up pretty darn good here. A little over on this end, a little shallow on this end, but with this particular piece, we have some room for air because it's just a midsection. So I made it at a length on the long straight piece to where it has a V-band connection. There's plenty of room right there. So I have multiple inches of play if I really wanted it, but we're within millimeters of spec of how I originally drew it up. So I'm going to weld on where we have the tacks, and then I'm going to weld on a V-band. We're going to test fit it underneath the car, and then I'll end up pulling the collector out and then getting the collector welded up to the front section here. The collector is going to weld to this, which will have the V-band connection to the headers and adapters, and then this is going to go back to V-band. So this will be truly the midsection. Now I don't have any cats on this. This is just going to be a straight pipe midsection, and then the rear section we're going to use the Vibrant Street Power mufflers, which sound really good. That's what I had on there previously, and it sounded great. So, all right, let's get going. All right, so we pretty much have the midsection ready to go. I have 2 welds to get it done. It's already tacked together. Got to do the V-band flange on the end of it, and we're also going to do the middle of the car exhaust hanger. So I just mocked it up, and we're going to go through that process here in a minute. So we're going to do a couple welds, and we're going to make an exhaust flange, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like, or what the mock-up is anyway. So we got the whole piece right here. So we have the collector is now joined. This is tacked and ready to go. Then the rear section is now tacked on. This is just a straight section here. And then, so what I did is we fit up the this is for the exhaust hanger, right? So these lines here are where the exhaust hanger itself is actually going to contact the exhaust right here on the tube. And then what these lines represent are where we're going to have to make our bends to achieve the length, or the width rather, of the exhaust hanger itself. So I believe this is 3/4 inch. Could be wrong. Hang on. So let's see here. So let's convert that to inches. Yeah. So we got. Yep. So 3/4 inch. So this is 3/4 inch, 304 stainless. So we're going to take our tape off. I can't do it now because this thing's just teetering on the edge. I'll do it here in a minute, but what we're going to do is I want to make about an inch long tab on either side. So I'm going to take the length between these 2 points here, right, and add 2 inches. And that'll be my total length, and then I'll just come in an inch off of either end, and then we're going to bend those up at a 90, throw a couple strengthening welds on those, a couple tacks, and yeah, we'll have a nice little exhaust hanger to mock up in the car there. So then once I have everything sitting with the exhaust hanger and everything else, then we'll move forward to the rear section. So I like to have the mid pipe completely done, exhaust hanger resting in the exact position it's going to be sitting in the car. And then what we'll do is we'll merge the muffler section into this midsection, so that just ensures that the fit up is really nice. So I've done it a couple times now, and sometimes the fitment, if you go the whole way, it gets a little kinked or tight or whatever. So that way everything's resting right where it's going to rest, sitting perfectly, and then we'll just bring the rear section to it. So with that said, let's go. Okay, so that ends it for today's episode. We've completed the midsection of the exhaust. We welded on the 2-to-1 merge collector. We finished all of our welds that we just had tacked on. We put on the exhaust hanger, and we welded on the V-band all to the midsection, and it is bolted up underneath me now in the car, ready to go. So stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to complete the exhaust system. We're going to finish the rear, what we call like the axle back system. We're going to weld on the Vibrant Street Power muffler. It's going to sound great. Stay tuned for that. So in the meantime, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Please check us out on the new website, rascogarage.com. I have a couple exhaust systems for sale now that you could take a look at. So please support us on the website as well. Till next time, thanks for watching.